Hey, it's Raven Tactical here. Kind of doing a little bit of a thought piece process on what's going on, right? So, if you haven't heard, it's going around quite a bit how the NRA, not the NRA, NASCAR is removing AR-15 and gun ads. Similar to what they did back in the day on, what do you call it? Beer and cigarettes. So they removed all those things and replaced them with different things going on. To me, that's kind of a shame, but I'm gonna give you a broader picture on what I think. So sports in general for me is like professional sports. I'm gonna rephrase that. Professional sports to me is boring. I'm not. I didn't play football in high school. I didn't play all these things. I'm not kicking high school football at all. My son plays high school football, and I actually enjoy going to those games. Why? One, they're not being paid millions of dollars to chase a ball. He's doing it because he loves to do it. See, what you get to see out there are kids getting off their couch, working out, putting in the effort, learning what hard work and pays off. That's cool to see. What I don't like is professional sports because I look at it kind of how the Romans viewed the Romans did, right? So during the Romans, when Rome was starting to collapse on itself, they used the Coliseum as a way to distract masses, right? So what did they do? They put Christians into a pit to fight gladiators. They put Christians to fight lions. They put beggars and thieves and all their people in there, to fight and do events and all these things. And I look at it like professional sports. People get so caught up. Even back then, people got caught up in their favorite gladiator. They knew the statistics of how many people he killed. Well, people get caught up in this. And I look at it like, everybody needs a hobby. But I look at it too in the concept of, when your hobby is sports and you're so worried and stressing out over, oh, did Brett Favre do this? Obviously I don't watch sports because Brett Favre hasn't played in a while. But, oh man, and you start quarterbacking these people, or you're telling people, well, you should have did this or that, and you get so upset over all these things that are trivial and mean nothing to the real life. What does it do? Well, you stop paying attention to what's going around you in the news. You stop paying attention to you worldwide, because why? It's a big distraction. If you want something to upset people, why not have another thing where they kneel, or another thing that gets people thrown into a fit over sports, or you get a team on all this. There's always some event too, I don't care much for it. Like, to me, going to a Brewers game back in the day was really fun when I was a kid. Going now, going once in a great while, I think it's okay. I'm not saying don't go to these things or you're a terrible person if you enjoy watching it, but I'm saying be careful what you watch with this, because it can suck you into a thing where you wind up falling into what the Romans did. You wind up believing like, man, you get so distracted by this, you're not paying attention to what's around you. You get complacent. Instead of going golfing, why not take it out and go shooting, practice? I hate golf. I think golf is like a waste of a rifle range. All around me, there's like all these golfing events with everybody wants to go golfing, I'm like, no, I hate it. Like, to me, there's nothing more trivial than walking around whacking a ball with a stick. And I'd rather go to if a golf range offered, it's 800 yards the hole, well, cool. If they offered steel plates and a rifle to shoot, cool. I'd rather do that. And again, that's also my hobby, I guess, in a sense, but I use my hobby to further my life, to further my ability to do the things that I need to do. Like, my hobby will save my life or protect my family. Playing football necessarily on the professional level while you're a high-end athlete probably won't, I feel bad for the people who may like NASCAR and AR-15s and all this, who like it, and all of a sudden now the company itself is dumping on you. Now they're dumping on you, and you know what the problem will be? The majority of the people who claim to be pro-gun won't matter. They won't care. Why? because the whole concept of being a FUD means you generally don't care that the AR-15 part of NASCAR gets banned. You generally don't care if they don't, they kick all the gun ads off of NASCAR. You're just gonna go, oh, well, whatever, I'll still watch it, or whatever. The sad thing is, though, I think NASCAR for a while it was really a big thing. But I think NASCAR is slowly dying, and it's not as big as it used to be, and it's not as important. But then again, I'm not trying to discontinue all sports. For myself, I am not the most coordinated, athletic, super stud in there. So I generally never went beyond a middle school game. I really didn't care. I find believe myself to be in the concept of I'd rather fight with a weapon. I'd rather learn how to defend myself. I'd rather go canoeing and hiking and do stuff that's off the couch. But I don't view it as a hobby. I view the things that I do as a way of life. And I guess maybe if you're looking at sports, maybe balance your life out a little bit differently. Balance it so that, yeah, I can relax and watch a game if I want to. But you know what I did prior to that day? I went out and shot. Instead of just sitting watching 12 hours of football, I went outside, I mowed the grass, I shot rifles, I trained with my buddies, I trained with my guys, and you know what? I'm going to reward myself with watching a football game. Hey, go for it. But just a little bit of advice, don't get suckered into thinking that sports and this is so important, because really it's just going to be there to distract you. And I think it suckered people in. It suckered the Romans in. They were ignoring all the problems around themselves, and eventually the Rome collapsed. Rome imploded. I mean, they look at, basically, they say there's a 250-year mark where an empire starts to fall, and we're hitting that. We're hitting near the 250-year mark where empires fall. Our empire, I believe, is falling, and it won't sustain itself. It can't, not at the rate we're looking. So that'll have to be for a different video. But I'm gonna take off. Subscribe, hit the like button, hit the little bell icon. I appreciate anybody that's been adding on. We're actually cruising right along. So hopefully stick around. I should have a couple more book reviews coming out this week as well. So have a good one. Thank you.